Welcome, everybody, to the All-Star Open Race presented by Geico. Brought to you by the RBC Minis. We have split up this week. It's only me for today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have the other one with us here for the Rangers Speedway. Week 1 of the doubleheader that we have this weekend. Here on grid we have Tony Stewart, Goggin on the front row. Everybody else pretty much random by drawing. Here on the scoring pile, we have our current points that we will go over at the beginning of the All-Star race, I do believe, as that will set the starting position for the All-Star. Now here at the Rangers Speedway, we are ready to take the green flag to begin the All-Star Open event for the Ranger Cup Series. Most prestiged win of the season. If you win this race, then that means that you are seriously a Ranger Cup Series champion who's able to win almost anywhere they go. As we are ready to take the green flag here at Ranger Speedway. Green flag is out in the air. Pretty much a very chaotic start as we get into the first of 4 corners. On the track, here we go. Turn 3 and 4, Goggin leads. As we come to the first lap in stage 1 of the All-Star Open. This race will be used as a sort of beginning point for tomorrow's race. This is chaos. For most drivers, couldn't even imagine being in this position. Tony Stewart gonna dive it underneath. Carson Hocevar, let's go. Mid-pack to see where the chaos is truly beginning. It looks like Zabos is gonna dunk it under Joey, trying to make up some ground as Keiki is to the inside of Joey Logano. With that last no, it looks like Joey Logano is going to try to get ahead of Keiki. He is successful down the campers where straightaway we head. Goggin going to dive in it high for turns 3 and 4. Will that pay off in the long run? I don't know. His lead has been significantly cut. However, he is still leading. This could be the winning decision by Goggin to sort of ride it out and read the track as we progress into the later laps. Tonight we may see Goggin stay ahead during pit strategy, or we could see him slowly passed and gotten rid of. This track is relatively new to the schedule. It's only being added this season, as the renovations on it have allowed it to be added this season. So it's probably one of the most anticipated tracks of the season, but we were able to race here. So that in itself is pretty nice. Okay, and now the lights aren't going to work. You know, and I could be fighting other demons right now, so I'll take this one with a grain of salt. Still just about 3 wide in the back. Looks like Sheldon Creek got lucky. He hit the apron just as they were exiting 4. That could have been bad. Now Jimmy Johnson is all the way down right in the inside lane, all the way down the inside. He's going to try to make up some ground. He's trying to race his way into the All-Star. This is only his second start in the season, so just the fact that he could be in position to race himself into the All-Star at all. Currently in the second to last transfer position. Joey Logano is in the last transfer position. Last lap. This could change lap to lap. And Jimmy Johnson to the inside of Joey Logano. Joey Logano going to ride it high with 3 and 4. That was probably not one of the good maneuvers that he could have done. However, Jimmy Johnson going to stay in position 12. Last transfer spot currently going to be given up by Hamlin for NYC. Carson Hocevar out in 12th. This could be bad. Now Carson Hocevar in the last transfer position. Could he possibly make a resurgence to try to take it? Goggins still out in front as we're almost halfway through stage 1 for the All-Star Open. Only 100 laps here tonight, split evenly into 4 stages. I don't even think that you'll need 4 stages to decide a champion here. This is some pretty good short track racing. That number 9 car is going to try to dive it all the way down low. Jimmie Johnson up to P9 last lap. Hunter was trying to make up some ground up top as it was Homestead. This is not Homestead. This is the opposite of Homestead, where at Homestead you can make up a lot of time riding the wall. Here, the only way to make up a lot of time at it, the only way to catch up to the leaders a lot at a time would be riding the yellow. And now we're seeing Kyle Busch take the race lead on lap 14. Goggin finally out of his 13-lap streak and the lead. Starting off with a drop of the green flag, Goggin was on the front row on the inside lane. Once again, one of the strongest lanes tonight. So Goggin has been pretty much set for the perfect run, and Kyle Busch just ran him down. So Jimmie Johnson now up to 7th, as we're now on lap 15 out of 100. NYC is going to in quite a little bit of a heated battle with Keiki and Charlotte, 3 wide. Down the front stretch, here we go. 3 wide. In the very back, I do believe. Down the Campus Road straight away we go. Quite a packed racetrack this race weekend. Jimmie Johnson doing pretty good for his lackluster Daytona 500, now up to P6 here tonight in the Open. This could be a very good night for Jimmie Johnson. If he continues doing this well, then it'll be a great night for Jimmie Johnson in the 84 as one of the only Open cars. So far, both new signups are far out of the 4 wide down the Cameras Road straightaway. That's not going to end well. 88 car catches some apron. That will not be good for him. The stage caution will come out soon, but it won't come out that soon. And Boris Said has hopped over the catch fence. The 88 car just got out as we are back under caution. 15 car apparently jumped the catch fence on lap 1. That's probably not the best thing to see in the Open. It's only the Open. This is only the All-Star Open. Just think about the All-Star here. Boris Said just lost a chance to possibly race his way in early and not have to worry about the last chance qualifiers. But it looks like he's going to be having to go to the last chance dashes later tonight as he has wrecked during the Open. One of the only times you do not want to wreck when you hate wrecking is during the All-Star Open. That could have just made the difference if Boris Said qualifying and Boris Said not qualifying. That we've never seen a car over the catch fence at Ranger Speedway. For him to do that on lap 1 is crazy. That is something else as we are back ready to take the green flag for the last little 6-lap sprint and stage 1. We're not going to keep jumping on board, but Jimmie Johnson, as he's now about 6th in line on the inside, that will prove beneficial for all. I'll just get rid of that. We'll just go green now. Jimmy Johnson could have a very good result in this All-Star if he keeps his mind set to making that transfer spot. The top 13 get locked in, and the bottom 13 are going to duke it out in the All-Star last chance qualifier. 2 cars going to get some apron out of 4. The 46 and the 42. A lot is going on here. 4 wide. 2 wide down the Campers Road straightaway. We go into turn 3. Kyle Busch still leads us. Hunter and Zavbos are going to duck it high for turn 4 and 3. Zavbos and Hunter, and now joined by Alex Bowman as they go high for 1 and 2. Jimmy Johnson now on the very verge of qualifying and not qualifying. Every single car now low on the racetrack through 3 and 4. As tensions grow higher, Jimmy Johnson now a little bit clearer of that transfer. I don't think he is very clear of that transfer anymore. That number 6 car is revived after that caution. I don't think it'll be enough. He will not be taking the transfer for stage 1. Jimmy Johnson going to try to duck a low, be below Alex Bowman, going to try to get under him. Now 2 positions away from that transfer spot. Hunter's still going high for these corners. Jimmy Johnson now fighting for one of his attempts at an all-star race. That 88 car going to drive it into that corner, going to send it. However, he's going to get stuck high, and they're going to freight train below him. Now Jimmy Johnson in that second to last transfer spot all the way below on that yellow line. Kept it right above the apron there. Very good drive by Jimmy Johnson. Now he's going to look to do the same thing in 3 and 4. He is successful. That will not make up any ground. However, and the 50 car has won stage 1. Crazy stage 1 here at Ranger Speedway. Oh, Jimmy Johnson going to catch some apron as we pace. Jimmy Johnson on the apron. That will not be good for him. No takers for pit road. At the end of stage 1, we're going to hope for a pretty much green flag stage 2, just like we had for stage 1. Phantom has been doing pretty good. He started at the tail end of the field, a new sign-up. He is, and that he has definitely revived himself. Now he's starting on the outside for this stage, so I don't know how well he's going to be doing this little 25-lap stint. It will include a pit stop this stage toward the end, about lap 40 to 45. And we're back to green flag races. Green flag waves at Ranger Speedway. The number 50 car still out in the lead. Through turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Johnson all the way down at 24th. He's going to try to make up a little bit of position. Now NYC going to try to get under him as we head into turn 4 and off the banking into the front stretch. Jimmy Johnson really not doing that greatly. This could be the difference between him making the race and him not making the race. And there are now lap cars, apparently. Wonderful. This could still be the definition between making the race and not making the race. Are these restarts? I mean, they are going to come to the final 25 laps. Denny Hamlin is no longer out in front. I would say that Denny Hamlin probably just could possibly not make the race. Now there's so many lag lap cars per lap. 3 wide! 3 wide! Several instances of 3 wide, still 3 wide down the front straightaway. Jimmy Johnson just caught up in a little wreck. Into turn 1, we kept it green. No wrecked cars yet on the apron of the racetrack. That could change as we head into the later stages. The only wreck car so far has been Boris said. God King technically out in front of the cars right now has gone high for that last corner. Nobody else is going to run high with him, so that could be an issue. Phantom working his way all the way up to third. Now down to ninth. Just got a little bit screwed over on that last lap. 3 wide down the camera row straightaway. And I think that the front 10 are now single file as the double file is left for the real cars. Cars are still trying to form a second lane up on the top side, the slower lane. That will not be beneficial here. Keep in mind the fastest way around the track is just above that yellow line. However, that's really hard to do here, and a lot of cars do wind up catching the apron when they go a little bit too low. In 3 and 4, usually, as 1 and 2 has the piece that forces you above it. So there will not be any apron cars typically on 1 or 2, but 3 and 4 can get some pretty messy. Just as I said that, Chase Elliott cut a little bit of apron in turn 1. That could potentially screw over his race. Brendan Goggin back in the lead. Or is he? No, he's not. I take that back. Now Carson Hocevar up to second. Keiki for Cake Team Racing in first in that number 18. The pit stop looms in the distance very closely as the drivers here at the Ranger Speedway all the way up north in Camden, Maine will have to duke it out for a couple more laps in stage 2, including a pit stop, which will refresh everybody's tires and fuel to make sure that we can last a little bit more of the distance between now and that second pit stop around lap 80, right after the end of stage 3. Now the battle for the lead has calmed down a little bit as Keiki has sort of separated himself from Goggin, running in that second position in the number 44. Carson Hocevar about an equal distance away from Goggin as Goggin is from Keiki. That's going to change as Keiki's going to dive it low into 1 and 2. I take that back. Now Goggin is slowly gaining on Keiki. Keiki's going to hold on to the lead. No, he's not. Keiki just got lag lap. My bad. Goggin in the lead. Now Goggin and Hocevar on the battle for the lead. And Wilkinson is the closest. Battle for third. Battle for third between M. Wilkinson and QBC. The battle for second between M. Wilkinson and Carson Hocevar. And the battle for first between Brendan Goggin and Carson Hocevar. The gap between first and second is only growing. As now Carson Hocevar is going to try to close that gap in that Dave & Buster's number 13. As their pit stop looms in the distance. Coming close here. Only 1 to 2 more laps of series before we get to see some cars on pit road. Brendan Goggin going to try to duck it below the number 10. Now Keiki 2 is next before Brendan Goggin leads. All the cars. Lots of cars on the pit road. Lap 43. Joey Logano involved with the pit road. Majority of those cars are involved on pit road. I should have mentioned that in front of the garages right there are the locked-in cars, meaning that they have already won a race on this season. The rest of the field is now on pit road. Brendan Goggins still out in front, leading. Carson Hocevar is definitely going to try to take advantage of the slightly less distance between him and Brendan Goggin. 6 to go in stage 2. Now it looks like Carson Hocevar is going to take race lead as we head into the final 5 laps this time by for Stage 2 in the All-Star Open for the Ranger Cup Series. The final round of pit stops, I think, is just concluded. No, there's another car on pit road. Carson Hocevar is now in the race lead, followed closely behind by that second position, number 44, Goggin. He's not looking to let up anytime soon as we're going to 4 to go in Stage 2 at Ranger Speedway. It does not look like now Goggin has actually let up a little bit. Now he's trying to give Joey Logano a little bit of an ability to catch up here. Joey Logano going to try to close that gap. 3 to go in Stage 2. Carson Hocevar ducking it low behind, but underneath the 18 of Ice Cream Cakey. They have passed him. Now it's just between that 50 car and Carson Hocevar in that 13 car to make the pass on God King. He is successful. 2 to go. Coming to the end of Stage 2 here at the Ranger Speedway. Joey Logano up to 3rd. Phantom is up to 8th. Looks like Phantom could possibly lock himself in with this. Finishing position, white flag is out for Stage 2. Carson Hocevar, no lead contenders for quite some time. The closest one in Joey Logano, an entire half a straightaway behind, and Carson Hocevar takes it for Stage 2. And the caution is out at the Ranger Speedway. Carson Hocevar has won the second professional Ranger Cup Series stage here ever competed in the modern Ranger Cup Series. Jimmy Johnson, not doing too well. I believe he got lapped. Yes, he did. He's probably going to be one of those drivers to look out for as we get closer and closer to the All-Star Open. Now only 90 minutes away from it. I'm going to go grab some water. And I'll be right back. Welcome to the Ranger Motors Speedway. For the Cup Series All-Star Open event here. A chilly 41 degrees Fahrenheit tonight in mid-May. And it's definitely going to be, these fans are freezing their butts off watching this race all the way up here. But we're putting on a show, so it should be worth freezing for. I hope. If it's not, then it's not, but hopefully it is, because these guys are freezing. And the green flag is back out 2x2. Into turn 1, Carson Hocevar still in the race lead. Closest lead contender in Charlotte in that number 9 car for Ranger Motorsports. The 81 is going to dive it below Carson Hocevar. The 9 car catches a little bit of apron out of 4. That's going to slow her down tremendously. Now, Justin Allgaier is the closest league competitor. Let's watch the fight for the transfer spot. It's Charlotte versus a lap car. So basically, no matter what, the transfer spot is a. Oh, now there's 13 lap cars. Now the battle for the transfer spot is going to be a lot more interesting. As Brennan Goggin is now in the transfer spot. Now Carson Osavari is starting to lose his grip on the field. Now, not ahead of Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby to race lead. Now Joey Logano to race lead in the All-Star Open, lap 56 out of 100. Joey Logano, your race leader, going to try to race it into the All-Star race for Team Penske for a chance at a $1 million bonus check. Totally real money there. Yeah, that's not real money, but who cares? Storyline. First chance at a $1 million check and the prestige of winning the first ever Cup Series All-Star race at Ranger Speedway. Charlotte is caught up to the field. Down the transfer spot is Joey. In front of Joey is Justin Allgaier. Now Eva is there. Now Eva is up to 11th. And 10 cars remain on the lead lap. Joey Logano has been lag-lapped. Oh boy. Now Alex Bowman, your race leader. This is ridiculous caution. Now I caution to temporarily fix lap cars. Okay, so there's like 15 lap cars. That's ridiculous. Okay, so first is Giggles. Where is Giggles' number? Oh, it's 22. There we go. We need the 51. At this point, I'll just do this. 51, 2, 10. $81. 88. 84. 44. 54. 11. 8. 62. 18. 25. 50. And 46. And 51. Now we just gotta wait for the 8. If I can really think about it. Even when there's Kyle Busch, Austin Hill, Keiki, Chase Elliott, God King, and Sheldon Creed. Okay, and then God King and Sheldon Creed are another lap down. Yeah, we'll just wait for them to get back, because then that's only 2 cars lap down, which is perfectly fine for us. It's justifiable. Here we go, ready to go back green at the Ranger Speedway. We're gonna have a 3-wide restart since for the first time since I don't really know, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I guess first time since Phoenix, because that 3-wide restarts the entire way. Green flag, back out. Who's gonna take the lead here? It's gonna be Zabos getting the jump on the restart into the front position. Here comes Bowman to the inside of Zabos, going to try to take it away from him. 4 wide for the lead. Oh, lots of cars on the apron. That was a pretty big sporadic jump onto the apron. 4 wide down the front stretch. That did not result well into turn 1 at all. Once they got into that banking, that was a death wish. Now Zabos going to have to fight off Joey for race lead. Let's take a look at the transfer spot fight. That's a pretty heated fight. Joey Logano holding off everybody decently. He's currently in the transfer position. I don't think he's in the transfer spot anymore, to be honest. He's not. Now 1 position behind his transfer spot enemy is Kyle Busch. That's Joey Logano's car to beat tonight, is Kyle Busch so far. Now the number 2, Aviva's going to slip right under him. This is chaotic. Joey now in the race lead. Followed by the number 7 and then the 88. How's that number 6 faring? Lag lapped. How many freaking cars are going to be lag lapped immediately? 20. So now we got 5 lag lap cars. We went from 2 to 5 in 6 laps. And there's probably another one. QVC did catch some apron though, so he's technically not a lap down. He's technically half a lap down. Tomorrow the races will not be held under the lights, but in the daylight. Now Bowman in the race lead for the All-Star Open. This racing is actually so much better. Before today, when we tested out a new package on this track, which is the one that we're using right now, it would just rip the wall and go single file, which was boring as heck. And now they can sort of experiment with new lanes and they actually go to the inside, which is nice. Alex Bowman's still in race lead, followed by the 42, apparently. No, the 31. Two cars been lag lapped. 6 lag lap cars now. As we're now coming to 4 to go in stage 3. 4 to go. Oh, 4 to go before I lose my sanity. 4 to go until this is 3/4 of the way through. Joey gonna try for last ditch. Oh wait, he's been lag lap. Stewart far behind the race leader Alex Bowman. That will probably not do him too well. 2 to go in the stage. Yeah, can we not have a lag fest? There's only 2 laps to go in stage 3. Yeah, we weren't this laggy earlier, so why are we this laggy now? White flag in the air for stage 3. Alex Bowman out in front. And it's going to be Alex Bowman getting his first career win in a stage. Getting to win the 3rd stage of the All-Star Open at the Ranger Speedway. Caution back out tonight. We still have a last chance qualifier at like 9-ish. Yo, come on, you dinglings. No car on the track. No. Alrighty. We're now ready to go green for stage 4. What the hell is that voice crack? Ready to go green for stage of the final. Gonna go green for 14 to go. Green flag is out. 14 to go until we lock in the first 20 contenders in the All-Star. Later tonight, we're going to lock in a final one. And here comes Tony Stewart to the inside. Tony Stewart made a Hail Mary move to the inside of Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman definitely slipped up there with that finishing position. No, with not that finishing position. With that move to the outside. He's still in 4th. That's still decent. However, he definitely slipped up when he went high for that corner. He all the way went to the wall, and everybody else just freight train right under him. Good attempt by Alex Bowman to get a run out of the corner that did not plan correctly. Tony Stewart now in the race lead. Lap 80. Coming to 20 to go this time by. 20 laps to go here at the Ranger Speedway. Tony Stewart is leading, followed by the 42 car of Ranger Motorsports. Most of their team is already locked in. The only ones that aren't locked in is NYC and the 9. The 9 is going to have to race her way in and hopefully win the last chance qualifier. It looks like Jimmie Johnson's going to sort of not be suffered to that same fate. Actually, Jimmie Johnson sitting in 8th. So far, 18 laps to go, still sitting in 8th. Pretty solid for Jimmie Johnson. He could possibly find his way into the All-Star race without having to touch the last chance qualifiers. For Jimmie Johnson, I feel like that would be preferable. I don't think he wants to go rough it out there with the once has-beens of the Cup Series, or the once will be's of the Cup Series, that just could not piece together the correct performance in a 50-mile long race. I will just say this, and it has been crazy tonight. Absolutely crazy. I mean, we've had cars on the apron, we have had cars passing each other. We've had the entire ordeal tonight. And our pit stops are happening. That's going to affect the running position, I think. Yes, it will. Tony Stewart going to come to pit this time by. And so will NYC. Only a couple of cars are going to stay out. Tony Stewart now has stretched his lead. After pit stops, it looks like NASCAR could be leading on the competition caution with 10 to go. Just an overall great performance by Tony Stewart. He has definitely put in the work during that amount of time that he was not able to say, I'm locked into this thing and I don't have to worry. He's had to worry. And I think his performance has combated that with everything that he's done so far tonight. So it'll be interesting to see the result after this competition caution. As it with these drivers, I don't know what the result is going to be anymore. I mean, oh no. QBC over the catch fence. He's going to have to race in the last chance dash qualifying. I don't think that's the result that QBC truly wanted. I think he probably wanted to be able to say that I've raced into myself into this and I don't have to worry anymore. But he does have to worry, and I would be worrying pretty badly if I were him. 2 cars have now crashed over the catch fence. That's a record that I don't hope to beat anytime soon. Probably want to beat it at Daytona or something. Overall, this track has produced one of the most chaotic qualifiers I've ever commentated for, and this is the first streamed qualifying session of the season that the Ranger Cup Series is done. And green flag back in the air. The 88 car is going to take the lead. The 31 car is going to fight back on the outside. Here comes the 88 to the inside. 88 pins him up against the wall. Jimmie Johnson passing Tony Stewart for second. Here comes NYC for third. An entire freight train around Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart up high, all the way up at the wall. Hoping to get a run off the corner. It will not happen here at the Ranger Speedway. It will not. Jimmie Johnson going to go for race lead. On the coming to lap 93. 8 to go. Jimmie Johnson back down to second over the 88 car. Here he comes to the inside, going to pin the 88 to the outside. Side by side for race lead in turn 4. Jimmie Johnson versus Ryder. Or Rittier, I don't know. The 84 versus the 88. Who will win? Who will be victorious? Jimmie Johnson leading us in as we're coming to 6 to go next time by. Here comes the 88 all the way down to the inside. Going to try to fight back at that 84. Here he comes side by side. 6 to go into turn 1. Now that 88 car contained to second. Who will make a move against Jimmie Johnson, or will the move never happen? 5 to go in the All-Star Open. 88 car going to go high. Here comes the number 6 car. He's a lap car. Zabos is going to try to fight back. Zabos to the inside of the 88. Jimmie Johnson still leading. 4 to go. Could Jimmie Johnson win this? Could he win in his first All-Star attempt? You can speak now. I added you to the stream, Mrs.
Took you long enough. I've been here for 10 minutes.
My bad. I've been focused. 3 to go.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 20 minutes.
Jimmie Johnson still out in front. The 88 car falling further behind. Will he be able to make a move on Jimmie Johnson, or will Jimmie Johnson take it home?
Go, JJ, go.
Jimmie Johnson, 2 to go. Still in race lead. 88
there's
car
no
not
way he
able to
doesn't
make a move.
do this.
42 car not able to make a move either. They have to work together. Jimmie Johnson still in race lead. Here we go. Coming to the white flag.
There's no way this guy doesn't get qualified.
Here we go. Coming to the white flag. White flag is out. Jimmie Johnson's going to take it. Will he be able to make it back around?
Come on, JJ, you can do it.
Jimmie Johnson racing in that Ranger Motorsports Open car. In the
Is
88.
he now?
Here he comes. Out of turn 4 to win in his second start. The All-Star Open, walking himself into the main event.
Damn.
Jimmie Johnson takes it.
Winner.
To get into the lead about 10 laps to go. Held everybody off. Held the 88 at bay. And there he is.
Damn.
The 84. Locked into
Smooth
the All-Star
fucker.
for a chance to win it. And $1 million along with it.
Smooth fucker.
Jimmie Johnson.
Go,
has
JJ.
in one of his select starts in the Ranger Motorsports 84.
Congratulations.
Jimmie Johnson shown
Smooth fucker.
that's one of the best runs that I've ever seen out of any driver.
I've been here for 20 minutes. That was pretty chaotic.
This is the first full race that I've commentated start to finish in like 2 months.
Good for you.
Or 3 months. That was actually kind of fun.
Does that mean I get a break?
No, because you're gonna commentate Sunday. He's commentating Sunday too. It's only 300 laps. He'll be fine. Jimmy Johnson has won the Open in his second Ranger Cup Series start.
Oh, man.
I would say that he's warmed up to these cars pretty well. if
Did
he's
Ranger qualify?
winning. Ranger's already locked in.
Damn it. I was hoping Ranger would fail. And that would be funny because then you'd be
And that
crying
was
all over the
insane.
floor and complaining, and then you would rig it so Ranger would be in it and I wouldn't be.
I guess we'll see all of you tomorrow for the main event, and we'll see you tomorrow for the main event. And, yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.